Uh, Good afternoon, friends. My name is Girish Kumar Patel, and I'm a registered migration agent working with Aussizz Migration and Education Consultants at Clayton office. Uh, Today, we're going to discuss about those who are on recognized graduate visa 476, and they've been living in Australia, and they would like to get in a pathway to get permanent residence visa in Australia. So today we're going to discuss about those who are here on 476 visa. Now, before we start, I'd like to tell you that what is a 476 visa. Now, 476 visa is a recognized graduate visa where if you've been recognized by a certain university, if you have studied in certain university overseas, and if you have applied for visa under special category as an engineering, and then you can granting for 18 months of visas in Australia, and people can stay here, like client can stay here for 18 months, and they can work here full time, and they can study here full time, and they can stay here for 18 months. Now, there are a lot of applicants who want to know that what pathway we could choose after coming here in Australia. Now, those who come here in Australia on 476 visa, uh, they've been graduating under the engineering, means they completing their bachelor of engineering back home, or any and certain country with certain education institutes, and they come here in Australia, and they completing their bachelor in engineering, and then they come here in Australia, and they want to know that what kind of option we can apply for. So there are a lot of options out there. Let's say you can apply for 189 skill independent visa, you can apply for 190 skill nominated sponsored visa, you can apply for 489 skill regional sponsored visa, or you can also apply for 489 relative sponsored visa. Now, if you come here in Australia under the 476 visa, under the recognized graduate visa, most of them having a skill assessment through the Engineering Australia. Engineering Australia do the skill assessment for them, and they do have skill assessment under certain occupation, let's say engineering technologist, telecommunication engineer, or civil engineer. There are a lot of occupations out there where they have the skill assessment under those occupations, right? And they might have, like, 7 bands in each bands, and they are between I would say that they are between, like, 25 to 32 years old. So most of clients having 60 like 30 for age, 15 for study, 7 in each band, so altogether they have 55 points. So they want to know, like, okay, we got a 55 points, and at the moment in engineering technologies or the engineering professional, they're getting invitation for 70 points or 75 points or 65 points. So it's very hard, those who come here on 476 visa, and it's very hard to get a point, right? Because they have not studied here in Australia, they not have any option, like, like, they're not studied here in Australia for 2 years, they can't get a 5 additional point as well. So for them, I would give you a lot of options. The first option I can give it to you, that if you come here on 476 visa as an engineer, then you would have 18 months of visas. So in that visa, what you can do is you can do the professional program. So professional year program is for engineering. So you can do the professional program through the certain institutes where it's a 12 months of programs, and after completion of that professional program, you can get additional 5 points, and then by having a 5 points in additional parallel the professional program, you can also try for 8 in HP in PT or LTS, and you can score higher. Then you can apply for the 189 skill independent visa. Now, a lot of clients would have not able to, like, they're not able to get a score 8 in each band in LTS, and they're not reaching the point test purpose. So the other option we can give it to you is that the 19 skill the another option is this 190 nominated sponsor, state nomination sponsor. That means that you can apply for state nominations. There are certain states are open. Let's say you can apply under the Tasmania state sponsorship. You can apply for the Canberra state under the ACT, Australian Capital Territory Canberra state sponsorship. So, and you can also apply for NSW state sponsorship. Now, NSW state sponsorship for engineering, let's say engineering technologies or other engineering occupations, they are requiring higher points. Those who have higher points, let's say 65 or 70 points, they're getting invitations. So again, when you have less points in for NSW, you can choose for pathway in Tasmania, or you can choose the pathway for Canberra. Now in Tasmania, for 190 visa, because you're getting 18 months of visas, for 190 visas, if you go and study there for 2 years, obviously you would have 18 months of visa, you can't stay for 2 years. But if you go and study for 2 years, after the complete when about you finish your study, when about to finish your 18 months of visa, you can also apply for student visa extension. So if you study 2 years in Tasmania, you could apply for 190 state nomination visa through the Tasmanian state government, right? And a lot of clients who doesn't want to go for that 2 years of study, you would have an option for 489 skilled regional sponsored visa. Means that you can study there for 1 year. If you study there for 1 year, then what you can do is you can apply for 489 skilled regional sponsorship after completion of 1 year. For 489, you just need only 50 points, because the state government gives you 10 additional points to apply for skilled regional sponsorship in their own states. Parallel, let's say while you're studying 1 year over there, let's say you're studying 1 year course over there, you move to Tasmania, and by meantime, if you find a job in any other field, like any field, and if you work for that 3 months in that particular field, like let's say you found a job as a restaurant manager, and if you work there for 3 months with that restaurant as a part-time or full-time, you could apply for 489 regional sponsorship as well, because the Tasmanian state government said that if you have a job offer letter from the Tasmanian state government, and if you want to apply for 489, you must work with that particular company for at least 3 months, full-time or part-time. You can also apply for that particular 489 skill regional sponsorship, so you don't have to finish your study as well, but parallel you can do that as well. The other option is that Canberra state nomination for 190 only. So in case if you want to apply for 190 visa in Canberra, because Canberra doesn't accepting the application for 489 regional sponsorship, because they have only one option, which is called 190 state nomination visas, so skill nominated sponsored visa. Now for that you need a 55 points, and for 55 points you can also with the 55 points you must study there for 1 year. 1 year means that you must have studied like in any study with 3 or 4 or diploma level courses or bachelor or master level courses. If you study there for 1 year, and if you work there parallelly, you must require to work there for at least 38 hours per week till another 1 year, then you can apply for 190 state nomination visa through the Canberra itself. So applicants, this is a live video just for those who are on 476 visa and on 476 visa, and they've been living here in Victoria or any other states, and they could not able to get a permanent residence visa. So it's very good, and it's very good option for them to move Tasmania or Canberra or score higher 18 each pen. And it's very good for you guys that we also offering PT coaching for certain certain locations. You can have the PT coaching at Clayton office in Melbourne CBD. We do have the PT coaching at Adelaide as well in Perth, and we do have the PT website. You can see that behind us. So a PT tutorial website where you can do study there, and when you can practice there, you can get a score as well. One more thing, you can also do the NATI program and professional year program for to get additional points, right? So a lot of clients thinking that what NATI we can do. You have the certain language. Let's say there are a couple of languages. I would say that the Hindi you can do in Hindi, you can do in Punjabi, you can do in Urdu as well. If you do a NATI, and if you do professional program in engineering, you can get additional 5 plus 5 points. So you can add 10 points in your in your total points as well. So that way you can get additional 10 points. So NATI is 8 months of courses, because while we have 18 months of visas, what we can do is that NATI can do it. You can also do the professional program. We also offering a professional program. So you can, if you want to get enrolled in professional program, definitely you can give a call and we can help you to get enrolled in the professional program as well in NATI programs. In addition, there are a lot of clients who doesn't know that you could get a 5 additional points from your spouse. Spouse means, like, let's say you have spouse, and if she has studied in IT, engineering, or any other related, in your same occupations. Let's say if you're, because engineering, most of engineering are falls under MLT SSL list, right? So to get additional 5 points from the spouse occupation must be into the same occupation group. That means if you're applying for 189 visa, the spouse occupation must be in MLT SSL list. If you're applying for 190 or 489 regional sponsorship, the spouse occupations must be in STSO list, right? So if your spouse has studied in those kind of occupations, in qualifications, and if she can able to get a skill assessment, and if she's got a 6 in each band, then you can get additional 5 points as well. So there are a lot of ways to get additional 5 points, and you can add all together, and you could make a 65 points, and that way you can get a skill, you can get an invitation through the 189 visa. So clients, I would recommend you to come and please visit one of our closest office, nearest office to you, and just get an advice from our immigration expert. They will definitely give you the better option for to increase, how you can increase the point as well, right? And if you find any difficulty to score in IELTS or in PT, please come and visit our expert PT tutor. They will definitely help you to give the better tips and all other options, like to get extra points, like by doing to get assessment through the spouse, by doing NATI, by doing professional programs. Even though you can also go to another state in Tasmania or Canberra, you can also get extra points by doing those things, right? One more thing, like if you have at the moment, recently we have we have the invitation round going on tomorrow, guys. I would like to tell you that tomorrow we have a hope that it might come up to 60 points, because in general occupation, let's say if you are civil engineer or if you are electrical engineer, you were getting invitation with 60 points. Even though electronics engineer, you were getting invitation with 60 points. I hope applicants who have applied for invitation, who have applied for skill select for 189 skill independent visa, I would like to best of luck you for tomorrow round. Hope you guys get invitation, and if you're not getting any invitation, please come and visit us. We'll definitely help you to give the better option, and then that way you can try to get your invitation in by having a 189 or 190 or 489 skill residence sponsorship. Alright guys, I'd like to give you a couple of answer of your inquiries. Okay, I have associate degree. Arshdeep saying that I have associate degree in civil engineering. There any pathway I can apply for PR? Yes, Arshdeep, what you can do is civil engineering. If you have done the associate degree in civil engineering, that means what you can do is you can apply for civil engineering draft person through the Engineering Australia. For that you need a CDR, I mean competency and demonstration report. So you need to provide the 3 projects in your own in civil engineering draft person, and civil engineering draft person is one of the good option, and I would say that you could get an invitation in future for 60 points, because if you apply for even the civil engineer, if you have done bachelor, you could get 60 points in with the 60-point invitation. But in associate degree you can apply, there's a pathway called under the civil engineering draft person, so you can apply for that one. Joe, are nurses still being invited with 60 points? Joe, actually immigration department has not started invitation for 60 points in normal occupations, apart from the pro data, like they will start to give invitations soon. We are hoping to give the invitation for tomorrow's round, because there's one round is going on tomorrow, so we are hoping to get invitation for 60 points from tomorrow round. So best of luck. But if anything comes with 60 points, we'll update you. But if they start to give invitation with 60 points, you will definitely get invitation for the next round, mate. Now Bhumik Patel say that is it compulsory to nominate the occupation from MLT SSL for Tasmania 489 visa? for Tasmania, if you're applying for Tasmania State Nomination Permit for 489 and 190 and 489, they're accepting the STSL occupation list. That means even though they're also accepting the MLTSSL list, so it doesn't matter if your occupation in MLTSSL list or STSL list, you can get an invitation for the, and you need to meet the other Tasmanian state sponsorship requirement, then you can get a also invitation, even though if your occupation in MLTSSL or else STSL. So they're accepting the all kind of occupations, right? So you can get invitation through them. What about students who are in subclass 500 visa? Tilene, if you are in 500 visa, and if you have studied in certain occupation, and if you would like to get information about the pathway, please come and visit one of our nearest office, because if you still have the future option after completion of your student visa, so you could get a PR, but we need to check your eligibility, whether you have the any options or not. Arshdeep, your degree is accredited by EA, then you can apply for that one. If your degree is accredited by EA, then you just need to apply for the the relevant pathway. There are 5 pathways are in Engineering Australia, so you can choose the accreditation pathway to Engineering Australia, so you don't need to provide the CDR, sir. Aman, I'm having a 476 visa and I'm having a 50 points and with skill assessment. Now Aman, if you have 50 points, I would recommend you try for 18-inch pen, and the second option is that you should move to the Tasmania, or you should move to Canberra to get an additional 5 points. Like Canberra is not sponsoring for 190, so 489, so you should not go for that, but I would recommend you to go to Tasmania, so you would have an option for Tasmanian state sponsorship, so Tasmania will give you additional 10 points for that one. Aman, there any other alternative like NATI? By getting a, you can do it the NATI, you can do PY, or you can also get a spouse points. Also, you can get relative points. If your occupations are in MLT associate list, you can get additional 10 points from your relative sponsorship. Immigration are giving the invitation for the relative sponsorship as well at the moment, so you could have the option for that one. Adil Qureshi is saying, what about cookery for point system? Now cookery, if you have done, it's good. There are a lot of cookery students are there. They are saying that what option we could get, right? If you have done study with 3, 4 and diploma, and you could get an option for chef, like you can apply as chef skill assessment. You can apply for temporary residence visa. You can apply for job ready program, and in future you have very good pathway, because there are a lot of states are available in this particular occupation. So cookery is one of the best option, but you have to choose the right pathway. So better you should choose the GRP program, TR, and then you should apply for PR to the state sponsorship. If you could get higher points in IELTS or PT, you can also apply for 189 skill independent visa as well. Sanjida, our sponsor, our secondary school teachers inviting with 60 points. They're not inviting with 60 points at the moment, as I said earlier, because Joe asked the same question that nursing are inviting with 60 points. No, the normal occupations are not inviting with 60 points, because immigration are more focusing on related sponsored visa. So at the moment they are inviting with 65 points. So they might drop down with 60 points in future. So we're not sure that yet, because we have not got any confirmation from immigration department, but they will definitely update in the skill select. Hoping for the best, they come down on 60 points, but at the moment they're not inviting with 60 points. Alright, Soumya saying that I have done MSc Physics from Pakistan with 1 year experience. Am I able to apply for PR direct? And you also have done Master of Accounting here. Alright, if you have done MSc Physics, then if you have an experience related in your field, and if your occupation falls under STSL list, then what you can do is you can apply for the skill assessment through the Aussizz, but Aussizz is requiring 1 year of experience in the last 5 years. So what you can do is you can apply for skill assessment through the Aussizz if you're meeting the Aussizz requirement, and if you get a successful outcome, then I would recommend you to move to Tasmania and study there for 1 year, or else find an employer who could help you to sponsor under, like if you work there for 3 months and apply for under job for later, then you can also apply for 489 skill resident sponsorship, or else state nomination visa through the Tasmania. So Soumya, I would suggest you to go, if you have relevant 1 year experience after your study in Pakistan, you should apply for Aussizz, but make sure that experience must be in the last 5 years from the date you make an application in Aussizz. Umesh, right, we got sorry, Gibran, I have just applied my EOI for telecommunication engineer on 60 points. How long would it take to get invitation? Gibran, as you know that the last invitation came in February 2017 for 60 points in telecommunication engineer, and see, as per my experience and on the as per the round, what the round is going on, I don't think so you would get invitation with 60 points. Gibran, I would suggest you to get try to get extra points by having a IELTS, or PT, get 18 each pen, or do NATI, or do professional program, or move to another state and try to study there, or try to find those kind of option and try to get extra points and apply for 189 or 190 489, because it would be very hard to get invitation with 60 points. Ping, say my partner graduate master development next year, is any? Well, I can't read it, hang on. Right, Jackie, I have 9 years experience in cabinet maker. Can I apply for 187 or 457? Jackie, if you have the 9 years experience as a cabinet maker, I would suggest you to get an RPL, and then once you get an RPL, you can apply for a full skill assessment through the Aussizz, because Aussizz is accepting the applications those who are an RPL and 9 years of experience. So you would have an option for 189 or 190 or 489, because if you get a 16 inch band LTS, you can able to make points with the 190, because NSW is inviting with 55 plus 5 points in cabinet maker, and 489 there are also other regions are open. So please come and visit our nearest office. You have a very good option. I would not suggest you to go for 187 or 457 visa, because 187 or 457 are the employer sponsor visa where you have to work with the employer, but here you have good experience in your cabinet maker, so you can apply for direct PR under your own experience. So don't try to go for employer sponsor. Just get a consultation from one of our migration consultants, and they will definitely give the better pathway under the general skill migration visa. Okay, Anik said, how about engineering technologists require points for 489 and 190? Now, Anik, for engineering technologists, let's say there are 3 states are open at the moment. The first state is NSW, but they are inviting with the higher point in 190. NSW doesn't have any 489 regional sponsor open, but 190, if you're applying for 190 in NSW, you require higher points. Let's say you need minimum at 70 points. And the other option is that Tasmania is also open, right? So, or else you can go to the Canberra. Tasmania requiring 2 years of study for 190 or 489. You need a 1 year study in Tasmania. And for Canberra, they only inviting for 190 visa. So for Canberra ACT, you have to study there for 1 year minimum, plus you need to work there in skill level 1 to 4 level job for minimum 1 year. What about accounting? I have 70 points. See, we have received the invitation yesterday, because they're starting the invitation in accounting. So I have an inquiry for what about accounting with 70 points. All right, recently we received the invitation yesterday in accounting, because immigration said that they had a technical error last time. They could not invite them by computer, so they have invited by manually. So we have received the invitation, but it's with 75 points. So we haven't got any invitation with 70 points, so we're hoping for best to get an invitation with 70. But parallel, you try to get extra points by doing NATI or professional program, or try to choose any other option. You can also do this spouse points as well if you're a spouse. Right, for what's sake, can I do 1 year diploma for PR after MBA on IELTS? 18 for what, because you have done MBA, the first thing is that you need a skill assessment, because general skill migration under GSM, if you're applying any kind of visa under general skill migration, the first step is a skill assessment. To apply for skill assessment, you require 12 months of paid experience, minimum 20 hours per week, and then you can apply for skill assessment through Aussizz after the completion of MBA as a marketing specialist or as a sales or marketing manager, right? Once you apply for skill assessment, then you can you can do 1 year study in Tasmania, then you can apply for then you can apply for state sponsorship in Tasmania, sir. Okay, sorry clients, I'm not able to give all the answer. I could give as much as I could, but but our consultant will definitely give the answer after completion this session. They will definitely reply through the they will definitely reply back to you in Facebook. Alright guys, Harar, do engineering with Washington Accord accreditation need to CDR when they apply? No. If you have studied, and if your qualification is accredited by the Washington Accord, yeah, and then if you want to apply for engineering Australia, you don't need to provide the CDR. But let's say, for example, if you have got assessment under engineering technologist, and if you have done the Bachelor of Civil Engineer, for example, and if you got assessment under the engineering technologist, and if the degree is assessed by accredited by that particular occupation, then you're required to provide the CDR. But you don't, and at the moment in your case, you don't need to provide the CDR. If you want to change your occupation, then you have to provide the CDR, even though if your degree is accredited by that particular body. Thanks guys, thanks for listening us, and thanks for watching our video today. Hope you liked it, and if you have more inquiries and more questions or queries, I would suggest you visit our nearest office, and at least visit personally to them, and they will give you better advice, because if you give the just put your question over here on Facebook, they might give you the short answer, but it's better you just meet one of our migration consultant. They will definitely give you the better option and better idea, because nowadays it's very hard to get invitation, because in back our time when we were getting PR, it was a really good time for us because we were getting PR, but now people are waiting for that invitation. So for invitation, even 5 points are more important for you guys. So I would suggest not to waste on not to waste time by trying IELTS or PT. Parallel by doing the IELTS or PT, trying for that, I would suggest you do professional program. There are a lot of engineering students here in Australia who think that they might get invitation with 60 points, but please do advise that please do professional program or do NATI, or if you're having a very less point, then I would suggest you to move to Tasmania or Canberra. That way you can increase your point, that way you can get a state sponsorship or regional sponsorship, and that way you can get your skill you can get an invite through the skill select. So thank you very much for watching us, and have a nice day. Thank you.